So the first question is, explain the dangers of distracted driving, particularly young drivers. Provide examples and common distractions. So what I need all of you to do is type in information into the chat. I want to get a full group. I want everyone going 100%. This includes some quizzes, some essays, short answer. Let's have a great session. So I need everyone to explain the dangers of distracted driving, particularly young drivers. Provide examples of common distractions and discuss strategies to minimize those. What I'm going to do to keep the class going, I'm going to go over the information, but I need everyone to type in some things that make people distracted. We know eating is one thing. We know maybe your mind is on other things. So I need everyone to type in some information. So distracted driving is the leading cause of accidents of young drivers. Common distractions: texting, using social media, eating, adjusting music. Examples include texting and it takes your eyes off the road for up to 5 seconds. So that's like driving 55 miles an hour on a football field. But I'm going to go deeper. And if we want to go deeper, we need to use scholarly sources. So the National Highway Safety Transportation Safety Administration says the impact of young drivers' inattention. There's a study done in 2019. Key findings: texting increases your risk by 23% compared to non-distracted driving. So if you text, you're more likely to crash. So what does this mean? You got to really put the phone down. You got to stay focused on driving. Also, other key findings: young drivers who text while drive have slower reaction times. So this means you could hit someone. You could rear end someone. And then Collier, 2014, the effects of text message on driving performance in a driving simulator. So if we had a driving simulator, you would have slower reaction time. You would be slower off the light. You would be slower recognizing kids who come across the street. So we need all of you to really be the best driver you can be and be consistent. I appreciate all of you putting information in. This is all of us contributing. And if all of you do this, we'll have a community of driving, right? It's not so much you copying and pasting random stuff off the internet, because I can see what you're putting in. Some of you are just copying stuff because none of you really talk like this. But put in real stuff, a real conversation. Remember, I'm an educator, and I can tell when you're copying and pasting stuff, and that's what most of you will do anyway. I really know what you think, okay? So I'm going to pause for a second, and I'm going to go to the next question. Number 2, this is impaired driving, and we discussed this in segment 2. There's some questions on your knowledge test. You need to know about this. All states have rules and laws on impaired driving. Question: alcohol and drugs significantly impair driving ability. We know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. All of you take health class. Discuss the risk of driving under the influence, DUI, and how young drivers can avoid dangerous situations involving peer pressure. So they're asking you to identify what driving under the influence is, and they're asking you to identify peer pressure. They're two different things. So I need you to put in some information about peer pressure, right? Because all of you have that. You're in high school, early college, you're a young person. Peer pressure, so put that in. I'm not going to wait for you. I'm going to keep going. Alcohol and drugs, slow reaction times. They impair your judgment. What they do is they relax the muscles in your eye so you can't focus. And if you can't focus, you're going to run someone over, crash through an intersection. You'll be all over the road. It reduces coordination. So this is why many people can't walk. And really, it's a terrible mental state to be in. Your friends are going to laugh at you. You're going to embarrass your family. You could take your life or someone else's life. So, for example, teens with the BAC of 0.08, and that's pretty much the national standard across the United States, are 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. So if you're 4 times more likely to crash, 4 times more likely to have a crash. That's the first part of it. All of you should have put some information in. Yes, you can call your mom or dad. No questions asked. Mom and dad, I'm in bad shape. Can you please come and get me? No, no problem, son. No problem, daughter. I got you. Okay? You should have that open conversation with your mom and dad. A lot of teens don't. To avoid peer pressure, young drivers should plan ahead. Plan ahead. Have a designated driver or use a rideshare app. Some of you mentioned that. Or some of you use AI. Like we don't know. I'll get in trouble with my, probably will. But your parents love you and care and they'll get you out of this situation. The worst thing you can do is say, I can't call my parents. And now you're going to be putting pressure on yourself. Yeah, we'll be getting to the road test. We're getting to it right now. I'll get in trouble with my parents and I can be effectively excused or refused to ride. Never ride with an impaired driver. Never. But because of peer pressure, you're going to be embarrassed to say no. And then that driver will kill you and they won't be killed. Please put your information in. These are scholarly sources: impaired driving, alcohol, and drugs. The Centers for Disease Control. This is the center here in the United States that handles all of those cases. We're talking about a national source. Teen drinking and driving, a dangerous mix. Key findings: 1 in 5 of you, there are over 20 people here or 5 people here, 1 in 5 of you will have a fatal crash that has alcohol in their system. So 1 in 5 of you. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Statistics. Myles RB in 2013, drug driving research, a white paper, National Institute on Drug Abuse, found that marijuana use before driving doubles the risk. So some states are marijuana states. That doubles the risk of you driving impaired. So it's a very serious situation. As an instructor, I want to encourage you to make better decisions. You're going to do what you want to do. You're not going to listen to me. You're not going to listen to your mom. You're not going to listen to your coach. You're not going to listen to your minister. You're not going to listen to your grandparents. You're going to do what you want. But in the end, we're the ones that are going to be upset and cry at your funeral. Number 3, we're talking about defensive driving. What is defensive driving and why is it especially important for young drivers? Provide real-world examples of how defensive driving impacts and can prevent accidents. So right now, you need to put in questions or answers about defensive driving. What is defensive driving? How do you drive defensively? And that's really important. Defensive driving, that's all about driver's education, where we're teaching young adults, teens, and young adults in their 20s and 30s and 40s, because everyone doesn't take driver's ed at 14 or 17 or 19. There are a lot of random people who are in their 30s and 40s who don't take driver's ed. So let's break this down some. Defensive driving means anticipating hazards. You're in the school zone. Kids are going to come out. Mom or dad's going to fly out. School buses are going to fly out. You're leaving a high school football game. That's the most dangerous time. A high school football game is getting ready to start. 2 to 5 p.m. is the most dangerous time. And if you don't know that as a young driver, you're going to end up running over someone. If you don't notice this as a driver is 18, 20, 25, 27, you're just out there doing random stuff. It takes 10 years to become a master. So if you're 16, 26. If you're 17, 27. If you're 19, 29. If you're 21, 31. It takes 10 years. So a lot of people are really amazed. 10 years. So we're trying to avoid rear-end collisions. That's the most common type of collision. Young drivers should also scan. A lot of you are not scanning intersections. I have drivers on their 4th drive. They're looking left and right. They're looking into their turn. You have to be able to look where you're going. And a lot of you think, oh, this is easy. If it was easy, you don't need an instructor. If it was easy, the state would not require a licensed instructor. In Texas, it's up to the parents. You think about that. In Texas, it's up to the parents. I don't think you want your parents teaching you how to drive because they're going to scream at you and hurt your feelings and grab the wheel. Real talk. What's up, Grace? How you doing? We going live when we're just talking about some real stuff. This will definitely help you. And also your niece and nephew. Hey, Grace, I appreciate you. I'm going to make you laugh. Okay, so defensive driving, going slow in neighborhoods, covering the brake. You're in rush hour traffic. Why are you tailgating someone? You're late to school. Okay, drive safely. You're late to work. Text your boss before. Instead of speeding through the back sub and running 2 lights, and then you won't get to work. A lot of you will have jobs. A lot of you will have to pick up your little brother or sister from middle school or elementary. Your mom and dad are like, we already got you a car. I don't have to get a babysitter now. You are my babysitter. I feel pretty good. I got my nice salmon color shirt on. A lot of people trying to cap on me, but I'm not scared to wear colors because I believe in myself. Thank you, Grace. So you have to avoid falling in traps. A trap is you leaving late to school, late to your job, late to a football game, late picking up your boyfriend, late picking up your girlfriend, late picking up your mom. Now you really gonna have problems. I talk from experience. So defensive driving, and this is really big. I'm really big on this. Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, 2021. How effective is defensive driving training? You need to learn defensive driving training. We do a little bit of this in the class. I take you to those downtown areas, those tight little neighborhoods, those really tightly downtown areas where you got to make a really nice tight right turn or you're going to hit a car. Or you got to angle park and you got to get in between the lines. Adults can't even do this because your mom and dad, I can't even parallel park. I'm like, I'm embarrassed. Why is your mom and dad telling me you can't parallel park? I'm trying to be nice, but I offer friendliness and love to your parents. I always tell your parents how you're doing. That's what good instructors do. I don't know who you've been around, but I tell people how they're doing, and I want to know how I'm doing. I always ask feedback. So defensive driving courses reduce crashes by 5 to 10%. So you need to learn a defensive driving course. Midnight AJ, Midnight AS. Young novel drivers, clueless and careless. I'll say it again. McKnight AJ, McKnight AS. Young drivers are clueless and careless. I'm just being real with all of you. You're going to be careless in the parking lot, flying. You're going to be clueless that a little girl is walking out in front of you and you don't see her and you run her over. That's the danger of teaching young people, whether you're 19, 29, 17, 27, that's the danger. So that's why I look at you real crazy. Why are you speeding through a neighborhood? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. How can you not know? Are your parents not modeling? No, my mom drives like crazy fast. No, my dad is a road rager. Thank you for telling me. Are you going to be like this? I don't know. Key findings. Driver's training and hazardous perception reduces collisions by 30%. So when you enroll in a driver's education class or take private lessons, you're going to lessen your chances of having a collision by 30%. Please put in your information. I want to keep going. And this is how we're going to get better, because I always want to get better. Speeding and reckless driving. Question. Young drivers are more likely to speed and take unnecessary risks. Running lights, cutting off trucks, cutting off a car, cutting in. We saw it today when we were driving. It was the Audi AS or A6. They were to the right of us. The driver hit the turbo, sped up, cut off 2 cars. Wow. And we're driving fast. We're driving like at 50. They were doing 70. I guess they're in a hurry. They want to die. They want to run a light. You're probably saying, well, why are you like this? Because I care and I don't want to go to your funeral real early. But unfortunately, some of you will. It depends on your body type. Some people are shorter, they have the steering wheel down. Some people are taller, they have the steering wheel up. If it's too low, you're going to be turning in your lap. Some of you turn like this. So it depends on your body type and your seating position. And how close the seat can be. You want to be about 12 inches or less away from the steering wheel. So analyze the consequences of speeding and suggest ways to encourage safer driving habits. If you have a good driving record, you're going to have lower insurance. You saved us $300 this year. Or, honey, you're terrible. You cost us $500 more in insurance. Yes, you want to feel comfortable in the car. The biggest thing is feeling comfortable. You got to feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable in the car, you won't drive well. Speeding reduces control and increases stopping distance. I'll say it again. When you speed, you don't have control of the car. It increases your stopping distance. Like, what are you saying? The faster you go, it increases your stopping distance. You can't stop as fast. For example, a car going 70 needs nearly twice the distance to stop when a car going 50. These are great test prep questions too, guys. Young drivers often speed due to impatience. You're impatient. I don't want to stop at 5 lights. I don't care if the president is here. I don't care if Shador got, he signed with Cleveland. I don't care. I don't care if Mr. Beast is next door. I got to go home. I don't care. So you're impatient. So when you're impatient, you're going to speed through the parking lot. You're going to speed down your street. You're going to speed through the parking lot at Walmart. You're going to speed through the gas station and hit someone walking because you didn't see them. Speeding and reckless driving. The National NTSA 2018 speed-related fatality crashes among teens. Key findings. 33% of fatal teen crashes involve speeding. So 33% of you will speed and crash and kill yourself or kill someone else. I didn't know I was this speed. Well, you hit the gas really hard and we left everyone and the little girl ran across the street and you looked down and you hit her. I can tell speeders when I'm teaching someone how to drive. I can tell students who accelerate slowly because I've driven thousands of students. I can tell how you drive, what you're probably going to do the next 3 to 6 months. The first 90 days are the most dangerous. Source, Williams AF, Teen Drivers, Patterns of Risk, Journal of Safety Research. Key findings, teenagers are 3 times more likely to speed than adults. Bro, I'm not losing my license. I'm not getting tickets. And I like making money. Why am I going to speed? That's stupid. I'm a state certified driving instructor. Why am I going to speed? Duh. This is my side hustle. I got 3 jobs. I'm not going to speed. Oh, okay. Why are you driving so slow? Bro, why are you driving so fast? Think about it. Safety belts. Question, despite clear evidence that safety belts save lives, some young drivers neglect to wear them. Discuss the importance of safety belt use and ways to promote consistent usage among teens. Oh, I don't understand what you said. A third of teens and adults can't read either. Do you know the newspaper's on a 5th grade level? Do you know a lot of the stuff you read is on a 5th grade level? Did you know your driver's ed test is on a 5th grade level? Can you say this word for me, bro? I don't understand. Oh my God. So now we're talking about seat belts. Your age group will not use them. So your age group dies of car-related ejections. Let's look at the scholarly evidence so I can back up my sources. Seatbelt usage. Seatbelts reduce the risk of fatalities by 45%. 45%. Despite this, some teens skip wearing them for short trips. I don't need to wear the seatbelt. I'm just going to Walmart. I'm just going to 7-Eleven. I'm just going to my grandma's, which is a mile away. I don't need my seatbelt. Okay, boo-boo. A dog just ran out. You're going to swerve and fly out of your car and still kill the dog. This young man ran over a dog and he flew through the windshield. I think he's dead. Call 911. That's the Facebook group people. Yeah, this boy ran over a dog and he flew through the windshield. He's not moving. I'm not touching him. He's bleeding. What are you saying? Despite some teens skip wearing seatbelts, they find it uncomfortable. Example, in a 30-mile-per-hour crash, unseat-belted passengers can be thrown forward with a force of a falling of a 3-story window. So if someone panic stops, that's equivalent to falling through a 3 stories. That's fast. You need to love your physics teacher and science teacher. Some of you hate physics and science. My cousin was a science teacher. She was incredible. Parents can reinforce seatbelts. If your parents still wear seatbelts, you're like, Mom, Dad, you don't wear it, so I'm not going to wear it. Real life, Grace. Real life. We keeping it real, bro. So seatbelts are important. Put on your seatbelt. I'm not asking you to do anything else. Put in your seatbelt, lock the door. Okay. Can we go down? No, you didn't adjust your mirror. You didn't adjust your seat. Okay. You're driving both feet. We drive with our right foot only. Nighttime driving, adverse weather driving. Question, driving at night or in bad weather poses additional risk for inexperienced drivers. This is whether you're a teen or adult. Explain the challenges and how young drivers can safely drive in these conditions. We're in the Midwest. We have brutal winters. We have short summers. Explain to me about nighttime driving. And I haven't driven any of you at night because of my schedule. When you drive at night, you're going to be panicked. You're going to be overwhelmed. You have to drive at night. What up? How you doing? What's going on? Put some questions in. We live, baby. Grace, next time I'm going to get you on and we'll do a co-host. How much of this, you want to use the ball of your foot. Ball of your foot. Okay, you don't want it up too high. You don't want it to the left either. So use the ball of your foot. So we're talking about nighttime driving in adverse weather. It still can snow. We're in the Midwest. I'm scared. Why am I wearing this nice shirt? It can still snow. I'm scared. I'm scared I'm going to get caught in the snowstorm. I'm sorry. I'm just scared. I'm not wearing my short yet. Okay, so reduced visibility and fatigue make nighttime driving very risky. Some at your faces. Some of you are like, he talked too much. You sleep too much. Reduced visibility and fatigue. What's fatigue? You get tired. For instance, glare of oncoming headlights can temporarily blind you. So I've taught beginning drivers, and they have fear at night. They're like scared, and I can see the fear in them, and I'm trying to calm you down. I just pray to God, please protect us. Let us get through this tight curve. Put me into a ditch. You have no idea. You have no idea. So you're temporarily blinded. So you want to look at the edge line to the right, and then your solid double yellow or your broken yellow. Aim high. A lot of you will steer. Or in rain or snow, hydroplaning is a major danger. Slow down and avoid sudden stops, sudden turns. Young drivers can practice in empty parking lots. I've had young drivers go in parking lots. We've done some S-turns. We've done some skids. Driver license varies from state to state. I'm in the Midwest. The driver's license, first you have to practice. It could be $250, it could be $175. Every driving school is different. You got to give me more context. Where are you from, my brother or sister? I want to keep going. So we're talking about night driving, looking at scholarly sources. Night driving, adverse weather. Institute of Highway Safety, crash test teen drivers at night. Key findings, teen crashes triple at night. I'll say it again. Teen crashes triple at night. My fam, I'm in the Midwest in the United States, so I don't have knowledge of the Balkans, but I will find out because I want to know how much driver's education is across the country. But I think if you look at my videos and watch this now all the way through and look at my driving videos, you're going to know what to do. You're probably going to be driving a manual, but I love it. I have people from the Balkans before. Much love, man. So nighttime driving, your risk is tripled. I'll say it again. Dang, you mean it's tripled? Tripled. Nighttime driving. Source, AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, 2016. Risk of rain, snow, and fog in young drivers. Key findings, wet roads increase crashes by 34% of young drivers. So you have to drive different on a dry road versus a wet road. You have to drive different on fog versus rain versus snow. Well, that's good the live stream showing up. That means you have interest in driving. And you're going to listen to the brother from another mother. I'm your brother from another mother in the United States. And it's all good. I love having you here. And I'm blessed. So watch it, share with your friends. I'm just really trying to educate everyone I can. So I'm blessed to have you. And thank you for being here. Watch till the end. So other key findings. Driving at night, 3 times more likely to crash. That's scary. Yes, windshield wipers are important. And a lot of older cars, your parents won't stay up on the car maintenance. You're going to have the oldest car in the house. The windshield wiper blades will be dry rotted. You won't be able to see. They're going to be smeared. Your tires are going to be like at 50%. The brakes are going to be like 70%. The headlights won't shine clearly. So you really need to make sure you have good headlights. If I was getting all of you a car that was 10 years old, I'd change the high output headlights. I would get new crispy windshield wiper blades. I would make sure your windows are super clean inside, outside. And I would go with you the first like 10 times. Okay, I would take you out to the country because there's no light out there. I'm like, drive. I can't see, Uncle. Drive. Then I'm going to take you downtown. All those lights, like all these lights are on my face. I blinded, Uncle. Drive. Then once you get used to it, you're going to say, thank you, Uncle. I'm like, you welcome, niece and nephew. But your parents won't do that. They're just going to take you out around the corner. You're good. You're not good. Peer pressure can lead to young drivers making poor decisions behind the wheel. Describe how teens can resist negative influence and prioritize safety. Yes, some of you love racing. You got a slow car. My dad's car is faster than yours. I'm the dad with the fast car because my daughter had it and my son had it. But that's another story. Okay? If your parents drive real fast, you're going to drive fast. If your mom and dad is the first one off the line, your dad's got a turbo Mustang or a Camaro or whatever the case is, if they drive kind of fast and reckless, you're going to be kind of fast and reckless because you think it's normal. Okay? And a lot of beginning drivers do take unnecessary risk. Don't worry, we still got the quizzes, man. A lot of beginning drivers, keep that live coming. Come on, keep that chat coming, baby. Keep it coming. Keep putting it in. Peer pressure is when people negative, drink more. Come on, let's go over the east side. I can't leave the suburban area. Come on, let's go up north. I promise my dad and mom I stay in downtown. Let's go to Indiana. I promised them I stay in Chicago. It's only 3 hours away. Let's go to Houston, Texas. No, I'm in Dallas. So when you have bright headlights, they blind you momentarily and you can't see, so you want to look to the right edge of the road. Heck no to driving at night. A lot of adults panic. They're like, I ain't driving at night. Nope, you go. Because as you get older, the lens in your eye hardens and it's harder for you to focus. Okay? And in my family, my grandmother had cataracts. It skipped my mother had cataracts and her brother had cataracts. So my brother and I didn't have it. My brother didn't have it. He's got one. I have two. My son or daughter don't have it. So maybe it stopped at my mom. But cataracts is a hardening of the eye. But you can get a lens implant about 25 or 27. You're still growing. Okay? We had a teacher at school. She had cataracts since she was like 10. She was legally blind. You're probably saying, what does this have to do with driving? Everything. She had the lens implant. She had a detached retina. I'll say it again. Our science teacher, I'm not going to say her name. She's awesome. She had the lens retina, the lens implant. She had a detached retina. Like, bro, she couldn't see. They had to go back in and do surgery. She has to have an eye patch on. She only has a half a day of work. Are you serious? But she said, once I had my surgery, I didn't need glasses anymore. Imagine wearing glasses 25 years of your life. The thick glasses. You just think about that. Some of you wear glasses now. And as time goes on, it's going to get worse because your eye does change. It adapts. This is why I always ask you, are you nearsighted or farsighted? Why is he asking me that? Because I want to know. I want to know how to coach you and train you. What about lenses? You can get special glasses. I had a young lady, she had special glasses to strengthen her muscles in her eye. She had a special eye condition. I asked these questions because I don't want to be in a car with someone who can't see. No cap, no hate. I'm just being real. I'm not going to lie to you. So peer pressure. I don't want to lose my license. When I was a teen, I'm like, I got to be safe. If I'm driving in the car, I'm responsible for myself, my good friend Robert, Kiki, Jurl. I'm keeping it real. Kiki? Yes, his name is Kiki. Robert, Kiki, Jurl, Lamar. I was responsible for my friends. That's how you should feel in the car, but some of you won't. You're like, man, I'm going to go faster. And then you get your feelings hurt by a Mustang or a Tesla. Peer pressure. Simmons and Morton, 2011, the effect of passengers on teen drivers, pediatrics. Those are doctors who work with little kids. OMET, peer pressure influence on speeding behavior among male drivers, accidents analysis, key findings. Peer presence increases speeding by 40%. I'll say it again. When you have your friends in the car, you're going to speed, it's going to increase your propensity to speed by 40%. Wow. So if you have your friends in the car, the propensity for you to speed is 40%. That's crazy, bro. I'm like, pause for a second. Peer presence increases speeding by a likelihood of 40%. You're going to run the light. You're going to cut off the truck. Oh, lead by example. Some of your parents follow the law, don't run a yellow light. Some of your parents are like, let me push the gas harder. Let me hit speed boost in my Tesla. Let me get that tune so I can get 10 more horsepower. So if your parents drive reckless, drive fast, drive aggressive, You're going to drive fast and reckless, just like my son. My dog is protecting me. I know you hear her barking. Yeah. I'm not going to let her downstairs. She'll knock me over. If you got a dog, put yes in the chat. You got a dog, put yes in the chat. We're going to get some quizzes in a few minutes. You got a dog, put yes in the chat. Okay, come on, come on. I see some dog lovers. Yes, yes. I got a lab. Got two. Ooh. Three. Indy. Oh, my God. Three. Grace. Yes? Yeah, I got a lab. Her Australian retriever. Woo! I got a golden lab. 65 pounds. She will bite you. She's very loving, very protective, very nervous. Very nervous. Two labs. She's protective. We did get her accustomed to people at a young age. Okay? So she's very protective. And I had a student, her and her mom would train Labradors for people who were blind. Right? They would take them as little puppies and train them. Wow. So the role of parents. Oh, I love this. Role of parents. Role of parents. Role of parents. Questions. Parental involvement can significantly impact a young driver's habits. Discuss how parents can help their teens become responsible drivers through education and supervision. Through education and supervision. I'm sharing my journey. We took driver's ed through the high school. I had to, look, my mom and dad weren't going to get me a car. I had to get my own. I got a Malibu. I worked 2 jobs, YMCA and the bus terminal. Worked 2 jobs, stacking up money. I bought my car in the summer. I was scared to bring it home. You're probably saying, what? Because I didn't know what my dad and mom would say. I was scared. And my dad took me to the Secretary of State. I drove in his car. And mind you, I never drove in his car before. Are you like serious? Yeah. My dad was not going to let me drive his car. That was his only car to go back and forth to work. Are you kidding? That boy can't drive. I'm like, I took driver's ed. He might have took me out one time. So I had to get my own car. I kept it in my friend's house, a mile away, all summer. Are you serious? Yes. One time I said, I'm done. I'm going to drive home. My parents said, what is that piece of junk in our house, in front of our house? I'm like, that's my car. My dad looked at me like, boy, what is your problem? I'm like, that's my car. He just looked at me and walked away. My mom looked at me and walked away. I was so done. I was so scared. But I paid for my own car. I got my own insurance. That's how I learned how to work on cars. You got to do the same thing. You got to grind. If your mom and dad are like, here, okay, here's your Amazon little gift card for $1,000. But your friend worked for their $1,000. Okay? Here's your new gaming computer with the 5090. 600 gigs of RAM. Water cooled. Cost $7,000. Your other friend, I'm working 3 jobs, and by next summer, I'm going to build my own gaming system. Who will appreciate it more? Your friend who worked harder. Your parents, Max, your parents should provide examples. But mom is a really slow driver and scared to drive at night. Dad is crazy driving fast. So if you learn from your mom, you're going to be too slow and get cut off. If you learn from your dad, you're going to be too aggressive. So you're going to be half of your mom and half of your dad. Real talk. I'm half of my mom, half of my dad. DNA. I have that loving heart for my mom. I have that strong attitude, working hard, not being a yes man. When you get older, you'll understand that, but also being sensitive and caring and being humble. So your parents do influence you. Parents can set curfews. My mom and dad set curfew. Boy, we need you home before the street lights come on. I was home before the street lights came on. One time I got in trouble. It was bad. Some of you can stay out to 2, 3 in the morning. Just text me. Bro, what are you doing? I'm at my boy's house. Doing what? Bye. Are you kidding? Parents can set curfews, limit passengers, and monitor your speed with apps. A lot of your parents monitor us when we drive. Hey, I saw you went around the neighborhood 4 times. One of my students said, yeah, my parents saw us when we were driving the other day. I'm like, that's creepy. Because your parents have the Life 360 app. We went downtown, we went through the neighborhood, we merged, we couldn't go on the highway. We went downtown, we went through the neighborhood, we went through different high schools. We saw you driving. You made 25 right turns. No, your son and daughter made 25 right turns. A lot of your parents are creeping on us. Oh, they just want to know what I'm doing. That's creepy. Because some of you grow up. Your parents should set limits, curfews. Parents should also ride along to correct habits, rolling stops, tailgating, reinforcing safety practices. Some of your parents will do that. Some of them won't. I know who they are. I'm not going to say. Sources, Curry, E. 2015, Parental Influence on Teen Drivers, a systematic review, journey of adolescent health. Doctors who work with young people, adolescents. Key findings, parental teen driving reduce risk by 25%. So when your mom and dad are in the car, you're going to drive safer. Gettysburg, 2009, assessing parental influence on teen driving habits, pediatrics, your kids. Yes, Ava, parents can help by setting curfews, giving you advice. Man, sounds like you're copying from me. I'm playing. Teens with involved parents have fewer traffic violations. I didn't have any traffic violations because I knew my dad and mom would kill me. They couldn't take my car away, but I wasn't going to be stupid and have an accident because I paid for my own car. I paid for my insurance. My mom and dad were going to get me a car, get insurance, put gas in my car. Are you kidding? Now, gas was cheaper a little bit ago, but understanding traffic laws and consequences. Young drivers are unaware of traffic laws and penalties. Explain how knowing these laws is critical to provide examples of common violations that lead to accidents. Understanding laws and consequences. You guys put in, what are some of the things you see? Oh, drivers run lights. They don't use blinkers. They do rolling stops. They cut us off. They tailgate us. Because we see it very frequently when we drive. Traffic laws and consequences. Meston, graduated driver's license and teen fatalities. I'm glad I can help you. This is your channel. I'm a state certified driving instructor. You're about to learn a lot. Stay with us. And give this thing a thumbs up. I need like 25 likes. We only got 4. We slipping. So let's talk about traffic laws and consequences. So most states today in the United States have a graduated license. So you can practice with someone who's 21 or older. Key findings, GDL's, graduated license laws, reduce teen crashes by 20 to 40%. 20 to 40. So if your mom and dad, my mom and dad are divorced. My stepdad is too busy. My mom is too scared. You're in it driving with your older brother or sister or uncle. It happens all the time because you guys tell me. Real talk. I listen. I'm like your counselor. I listen. I don't judge. Sources, McCart, 2010, teen drivers awareness and traffic laws, injury prevention. Key findings: 60% of teens don't fully understand right of way. I'll say it again. I'm getting ready to cry. 60% of teen drivers don't understand right of way laws. Wow, this is eye opening for me. Who goes first? We went over this in class yesterday. I don't remember. Can you help me? Oh my God. You're supposed to help me, but if I help you, you don't learn. And if I keep helping you, you don't understand. And then your mom and dad don't have a break. So 60% of you don't understand rules of the right of way. That's scary. Wow. That really kind of knocked me out, but we need to hear this. Question: with technology, while technology can assist drivers, it can also be a distraction. Evaluate the pros and cons of self-driving, GPS, music apps, and other devices. Because cars are getting smarter today than 1 year ago, or 2 years ago, or 5 years ago. If you compare your parents' car from 10 years ago, it's not self-driving. It doesn't have lane departure. It doesn't have adaptive cruise control. So cars are getting smarter today, but you got to know how to drive without those. We're going to do a quiz in a moment. Strayer, DL, 2019, The Impact of Smartphones Use on Driving Performance, Journal of Experimental Psychology. I love that because I love working with the mind. Key findings: voice-to-text apps are just a distraction. That's manual texting. Hey Siri, text mom. Hey Siri, text my uncle. Tell him I'm in trouble. What you need, nephew? Come and get me. Done. You're going to have a close uncle or close auntie who would just support you. They would just support you. I'm talking about real family love. Oh, I don't have a family like that. They just come over and give me money and then they go. Your uncle loves you. Your auntie loves you. Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. And the state parole is trying to catch young drivers. Every state runs programs to control young drivers, reckless drivers. Project Ghost. They'll have a car looking for people on the phone or looking to, and then they'll radio head to the police. Every state has those campaigns because voters are tired of drivers trying to take over the road. They go take your license, take your car, take your mama's car. Real talk. Key findings: voice to text are just a distraction. NHSA, effective do not disturb while driving apps. Key findings: apps that block notifications reduce phone by 50%. I have a ringtone for my son, daughter, wife. Stop calling me. Stop trying to text me. When do I drive? Type in what you learned, please. Everyone type in 3 things you learned in the chat. Type in 3 things you learned. Once you do that, we're going to do a quizzy. Type in 3 things you learned. Guys, a lot of you who are watching, hey, what's up? We try to get 20 likes. We had 5. We had a really deep discussion about driving. And I was going over some of the key findings with scholarly sources because I'm a scholar. You can't talk about anything without having a high quality source. I'm going backwards. 10, Sawyer, impact of smartphones. They are very dangerous. 9, traffic laws and consequences. Meston, 2013, graduated licensing and teen traffic fatalities, Journal of Safety Research. GDLs reduce teen crashes by 20 to 40%. So those graduated licenses do save people. Also, key findings: 60% of teens don't understand right of way rules. Don't let anyone who doesn't use, yes, 100% facts. Facts. Next, the role of parents. Teens with involved parents have fewer traffic violations. So if your mom and dad are too busy, you won't really learn. My dad cared, my mom cared. We just didn't drive a lot. And I was really nervous with my dad in the car going too slow. I was really going too fast with my mom. My mom said, slow down. This is like a roller coaster. I'm like, sorry. Then my dad, I'm just holding the wheel like shaking, like literally shaking. Because he's old school. He don't play that. Boy, what you doing? What am I doing wrong? I'm scared. Young Myles, scared. With the afro, Jericho. I got that crispy right now. Uh-huh. I'll get you a picture of my Jerichos. You'll laugh. Keep putting your information in. Next, Curry, AE 2015. I'm using sources. Scholarly. Parental influences on teen drivers, a systematic review. When your parents involved, 25% decrease in risky driving. Speaking of driving almost at the age of the permit and looking more at the road, you have to look at the road and look ahead. And a lot of beginning drivers look down at the line, to look down at the ground. Try to look ahead. I have some really good car videos of that with different camera angles when I do videos. And I have a new mounting system that I can mount the camera so you can see a wide angle. That has helped. Okay, I have the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, so I'll put those on and they help me and I can make content with that. Peer pressure, risky behavior, Simmons, Morton, 2011. Effects of passengers on beginner drivers. Key findings, peer presence increases by 40%. How can I fix my fear? Gradual exposure. Look at my videos. Join these lives. You need to subscribe. When you see me going live, this is like your driver's education class. You need to click the link in my bio. You need to sign up for a coaching session with me. We had about 10 coaching sessions. I have digital products. Okay, so you got to click the link in my bio. We partner with Stanstore. I have about 6 digital products. I need to update it. And you can actually sign up for a coaching call. I do believe it works. I got to double check it. Okay, sign up for a coaching call with me. We can go through all of this one-on-one. I have a lot more sources, but I'm not giving it away free. Nighttime driving. Please put some information in about nighttime driving, please. This is your review. Nighttime driving. Source, IHS 2020. Crash risk of teen drivers. Key findings. Teen drivers crash risk triple. I'm going to say this again. Teen drivers crash risk triple. I'm trying to get to triple thumbs up. We're only at 5. Can a brother get to 15? Can a brother get to 20? I've almost been on an hour. I'm asking for engagement. And we want to push this out to drivers who really want to learn. If you're not interested in driving, you probably don't want to get and always have headlights on and feel sleepy. You got to get to bed a little bit earlier. I used to be like that too, driving 8 hours, 10 hours, falling asleep in the afternoon, going home, barely making it. You got to get some more rest. Don't take medication. You got to get more rest. It's going to take about a couple of weeks. It's going to take a couple of weeks. So on wet roads, it increases the risk by 34%. Nighttime driving. So this is amazing. Please put in your information about nighttime driving. Some of you heard my voice. Nighttime driving. This is a great review. We got to have full engagement. Nighttime driving. Put some information you learned about nighttime driving. Never drove with the lights off at night. Yes, a lot of people make that mistake. Real talk. I don't speak Spanish, but maybe there's someone else I speak English, but it's all good. We're not going to discriminate. I love it. We're generating. Tell your friends, man. Okay, these lives are banging. They're live, bro. No pun intended. Let's talk about seatbelts. The Centers for Disease Control 2022 seatbelts among teens. For key findings: 43% of teens are killed who were unbelted. Thank you for the heart. 43% of teens are unbelted, or the 100. We're keeping it real, okay? And if I can speak a different language, I think this platform has it where this can go in different languages. Real talk, okay? I speak the language of love. I speak the language of education. Okay, just because I'm in America, I don't want to be ignorant and say, well, you got to learn English. I need to learn Spanish. My son was down in Belo Horizonte, Brazil for 6 months. He learned Portuguese. Yes. My niece and nephew are from the Philippines. Yes. You didn't know that about me. My uncle's in Amsterdam. Yes. Real talk. Keep them hearts coming, baby. Let's get some more likes up. So teens are 3 times more likely to speed. Real important to know. Facts, man. I'm happy you're here. Defensive Driving Insurance Institute 2021. How effective defensive driving is training. Key findings: drivers training in hazard awareness has decreased collisions by 30%. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Real talk, man. Real talk. Love it, love it, love it. And I got to update the channel. I'm going to put some fresh information in. It's just me working, doing driver's ed, doing the social media. I'm doing it all. But you got to check that Stan store. That's real. And I'm going to put some updated information in on all of this. Okay? Thank you for the hearts. Okay, I need all of you to, we have 6 minutes left. I need all of you to put in some questions for me. Put in some driver's ed related questions for me. This is like a speed round. We got 6 minutes. Put in all the questions you can ask for me. Keep them clean. Keep them real. Put the driver's ed. Fat May, I have you in the end. We'll set up that driving time. Don't forget. Put those questions in. Put those questions in. Okay, my socials. You should be subscribing to the channel. There's a link in the description. Instagram is driving_with Myles, MYLES. So you gotta just subscribe, and then there's the link. I linked all that stuff in there. You type in Driving with Myles. Put in those questions. I'm here. I need your socials. Driving with Myles. Instagram. Then you follow me. I'll follow you back. We can talk. I'm on Discord. Driving with Myles. I'm on all major platforms. My name is branded. Okay, we got some questions coming in. All of you should ask a question. I'm going up to the top. I need some questions. Come on. How to turn on low beams. When you first turn on your headlights, they are on low beam. There is on the blinker. You pull it towards you or you push it back. That will turn on the low beams or high beams. And the Tesla might be different. How many questions on the test? There are 80 questions. Some state tests have 100. Some state tests have 125. Some state tests, you're going to cry, have 150. If your driveway was on the left and there's a double yellow, if your driveway's on the left, you're going to have to cross that because to get to your driveway. Do you need to study for the test on Friday? Yes, duh. We're studying now. You always study. I have quizzes. I have Kahoots. They're mine. We always study. Why do you think I have such a low failure rate? Because students put in work. Why do you think I'm so hard on you? Because I want you to be really good. Okay? And then next month, my class is going to be better than you guys. I'm stacking up. Boom, boom, boom. Do you need to study? Yes, always study. There's some questions you haven't seen. I can't tell you. What should you look for in your first car? A reliable car, a bigger. You want maybe a F-150, a Ram 1500. You want a mid-sized car. You don't need an Escalade. You don't need a Cybertruck. You want something that's mid-size. How likely is it to encounter driver's under influence? Friday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Saturday night. Look by a bar, you're going to see people coming out. Alcoholism is, how long do we have to wait to finish? How long do we have to wait to finish my makeup Zooms? The corporation will look at the video, and once you reach your required hours, they will email all of the digital stuff to you. Where we are right now, everything is digital. If they take tests on the phone, but right now it's paper and pencil. Right now, all of you have a digital account, and all this information will go in. Keep asking those questions. When you finish segment 2, we discussed that yesterday, Max. So when you finish segment 2, you got to have a total of, I'll say it simple. You need to drive segment 1, you need to drive 30 hours in 3 months. Then you take segment 2. Then when you turn 16, you got to have a total of 50 hours. And when you turn 16 and have had your segment 2 for a certain number of months, then you're eligible to take the road test. We went over that yesterday. I showed you what every driver must know. So you need 30 hours in 3 months to sign up for segment 2. But remember, I told you guys, some of you won't get it because you're too busy. Your parents are scared. Your mom and dad are too busy. So you're going to find it out after about a month and a half. If you're not driving an hour and a half per week, I won't see you in 3 months. Some of you I will see in 3 months. Your mom and dad's like, as soon as he's done with that test, oh, can you tell me when the certificate will come? After the last day of class and you take your test, it's probably going to be within 2 weeks. Bet. Thank you. Here's your gift card. Thank you. I love Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons, right? So some of your parents are like, I'm not driving. I'm done. You drive. I don't know how to drive. Get in the car and drive us. I'm scared. We don't care. Some of your parents are going to be like that. Other parents are like, you don't want to drive? Stay here in the house until you're 25. I'm going to get through with the questions. Is there any makeups? Indy, you know the days you missed. If you missed a day, I'm going to see you next month. A corporation to set up a date. If you missed a day, you call the corporation. They'll tell you. Dun, dun, dun. Is there any makeups where we talked about that? You call the company, call the corporation. You have 2 hours to take the test, state test. All of you need to put your first, middle, last name, and date of birth. Again, all of you need to put your first, middle, last name, and date of birth. Pause for a second. You guys are good? If you have to rush to the hospital, you still have to follow the laws. You can't run a light because you're rushing to the hospital. You still could kill someone. You want to drive as safely as you can, as effectively. Just follow the law. If you run a light, hit someone, well, I'm going to the hospital. I'm sorry. Okay. Fat May, call me in about 10 minutes, okay? Call me in 10 minutes. Everyone else, we're good. You can go. Fat May, call me in 10 minutes. Everyone else, you're good. Call me in 10 minutes. Wait. Call me in 10 minutes. You got my number, right? Yeah. But call me in 10 minutes. Okay. Bye. All right. So let's answer some of your questions. Put these questions in. Hold on. I got to cut and paste something. So this is real. Give me 1 second. Put your question in. Copy. Just give me 1 second. I'm doing a lot here. I got a lot going on. So hold on. And this is what a lot of you don't realize. Hold on. Come on. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility. Just give me 1 second. Let me shut this down. Just hold on. Okay. All right, let's put more focus on you. You got to translate, ask questions. So I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. I've been teaching about 24 years. Trends now, but post COVID, there are a lot of people 19, 24, 25, 27, 32, 40 who want to learn how to drive, but they're scared. They don't have the money for driver's ed. No one, they don't have a car. No one's going to train them. So there's a need for that. So I'm trying to get a grant to get an electric vehicle, maybe a Tesla, or you need to reach out on Instagram, driving, DRIVING underscore Myles, MYLES, driving with underscore with Myles. Reach out to me on Instagram. I used to have a Google number, but I didn't use it a lot. And so Google took it away. I might put a Google business number in again, and I think that will be awesome. So if Google gives you a Google business number, you got to use it. And if you don't use it, then they're going to take it away. So I lost a number. I'm in the Midwest. It's 8:33 Eastern Standard Time. What part of the world are you from? Also, this is a really good session, a lot of learning tonight. We looked at a lot of Google case studies. We use Google Scholar. You want to use Scholar. Hey, I need 10 thumbs up. I'm at 5. Can we get 10 thumbs up? Because when people give us a thumbs up, the algorithm will start pushing it out to other people. Get it in the evening. Okay, we good. We good. I wish there was a way that we could do a split screen. The people who watch these lives are people who want to learn how to drive, former students of mine. I had a gentleman from India. I had a gentleman from Australia. I have a lot of people from the UK because I looked at in fact, I'm gonna tell you my analytics. Okay, I'm gonna tell you and I do have Goom. I do have Zoom. We could use Google Meets, but my my stand store, because I partner with them and I created 6 digital products, how to pass your road test, a common mistake. So I put together 6 digital products. We sold about 40 of them. I had a couple of coaching calls where you could sign up to get a coaching call with me. Again, I got to double check, looking at my analytics. But I want to tell you and show you something because people are starting to look at my analytics. People are starting to follow more. I want to say that correctly. And I'm looking at my numbers, real talk. I made a short, how to get your license beginner. It almost says 2,000 views and 11 thumbs up. So I'm learning how to make better content. Currently right now, I have 25,162 subscribers. I'm getting 740,000 views this month. I have 2,300 watch hours. I'm not monetized yet. I have that off. I want to help, but of short form videos and long form videos. So a lot more people are watching my content. I'm very active in my community page. And I'm just giving you a rundown. You don't really see this. You just see my analytics right now. I'm at 730,000.6 views because I'm posting a lot. I have 2.3K watch hours, so I need to enable monetization. And I have 419 subscribers, but it's views. My goal is to get 1 million views. That's my personal challenge. So I have to make good content, good titles. My top video, driving teacher exposes hacks for beginners, 75,000 views. A driving teacher shows why you can't pass, 61,000 views. I'm an analytics person, so I look at numbers. My audience, this will educate you. My audience, a lot of you, and if you could help me tell me this, a lot of you are looking at this on mobile phones. 77% of you are on a mobile phone. 11% of you are on a computer. 6.3% of you are on a TV. 4.3 are on a tablet. There's more. Now, this is really interesting, and this is incredible to me. So let's get right to it. United States, because I'm in the United States, 76% of my views come from the United States. It's about 500,000. Canada, 3.8%, 27,000 views. Type in where you're from. The United Kingdom, 22,000 views, 3.1. India, I'm starting to blow up in India, 14,000 views, 2%. Next, Australia, wow, land down under, about 10,000 views, 1.3. South Africa, what? 1.1, about 10,000 views. Germany, about 6,000 views, 0.8. Philippines, probably my niece and nephew, about 5,000 views. My battery's getting low, so hang in there with me. I'm gonna let this thing eat. I'm trying to be careful here. Germany, about 6,000 views, 0.8. Philippines, about 5,000, 0.7. Netherlands, my uncle is in the Netherlands, 4,000 views, about 0.5. Kiana, 2,000 views, 0.3. Sweden, whoa, bro. Sweden, 2,000 views, 0.3. Nigeria, 2,000 views, 0.3. Ireland, I'm not Irish. Do I look Irish? Someone in my family was Irish. Ireland, about 2,000 views, 0.2. New Zealand, 2,000 views, 0.2. UAE, I love it. If any of my brothers and sisters, if you can help a brother get to the UAE, I'll get my passport and visa now. I want to see that place. UAE, it's about 2,000 views, 0.2. Poland, 2,000 views, 0.2. Italy, 1,500 views, 0.2. Pakistan, 1,300 views, 0.2. Jamaica, baby, 1,200 views. Mexico, 1,200 views, 0.02. France, wow, 1,181.02. Saudi Arabia, 1,000 views, 0.1. Ghana, 1,000 views. That's crazy. Malaysia, about 1,000 views, 0.1. Norway, 882, 847, 0.1. Romania, 819. Finland, 766, 0.1. Denmark, 766, 0.1. Belgium, 640, 0.1. Spain, 633, 0.1. Trinidad and Tobago, bruh, I'm blessed, 563, 0.1. Brazil, 500. I have some people in Brazil. Brazil is 567, 0.1. Japan, yes, bro, before the Trump tariffs. Japan, 536, 0.1. Switzerland, 514, 0.1. Greece, 521. Portugal, 340, 0.1. Austria, 324.00. Singapore, 290.00. Hungary, 282. Czechoslovakia, 237. Israel, 270. Bangladesh, 232. Are you kidding? Turkey, 217. Russia with love, 218. Uganda, 00. Puerto Rico, 192.00. Serbia, 174.00. Croatia, 123. Slovenia, 113. So a lot of people are looking at this content. I am so tired. The top cities: New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Atlanta, Dallas, Philadelphia, the UK, Phoenix, Arizona, Seattle, San Diego, because I'm here in the United States, Texas, Las Vegas, Charlotte, Detroit, Michigan, San Francisco, Denver, Colorado, Toronto, Ontario, Boston, Sacramento, Minneapolis, Sydney, Australia. That's incredible. Columbus, Ohio, Kenya, Cape Town, South Africa. Much love. Melbourne, Australia, the land down under. That's incredible. I'm not showing love. Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria. I got to send a message. Lagos, Nigeria. This is support because I got to show love. San Diego, California. San Antonio, Texas. Miami, Florida. Belgian, I'm saying it wrong. India. Orlando, Florida. Ghana. Indianapolis, Indiana. Salt Lake City, Utah. Raleigh, Australia. Melbourne, Australia. I don't want my battery to die. Quebec, Jacksonville, Birmingham, Perth, Australia, Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I'm blessed. And I just want to keep making good content and reach out to me. Sign up for the Stand Store, download some digital products. They're not that expensive. Sign up for a coaching call, and then we'll get things going. I want to say much love to all of you. I'm so blessed. I wanted to personally thank everyone across the world who's taken time to listen to me and share your story, share your journey. Grace, she's on all the time. E's on all the time. Just to name a few people from the UK coming on all the time. If you like this, subscribe. Look at all this content. What is happening? I'm getting more subscribers, so that's really pushing out my returning viewers more. And based on Daryl Eves, he said you want to have more returning viewers. And when you have more returning viewers, those are the people who really like your content. Those are the people who really like to see you drive in the morning, driving home, go through this live. So I'm really taking this time to say thank you to all of you who want to learn how to drive. I'll answer all your questions. I'll stay in here all night. But the reality is I got a student, I got a call to reschedule driving. I've got to go get dinner for the family, and then we got to edit this video. So I want to say thank you, much love. I'm appreciative of you, and I want to keep good content up. Leave some comments. I will answer your questions, and if you want me to make a certain video, I will. So God bless you and thank you. I couldn't do this without you. Bye.